much, Jeff and Jackson. Yeah. Oh, and welcome everyone. Welcome to this very special Sunday morning. Just going to invite everyone in to the room. Let's let all of the conversations just fall away. Letting all of the conversations fall away. Good morning, everyone. Hey, everybody. I just love the spirit of community that's present here today. As we enter in, hey guys, we're going to start service now. Yeah, as we enter into this holiday season, I just want to say, welcome home. We're so grateful that you're here and here for our very special service this morning. Let's go ahead and start, Marvin, if you're ready, with our opening affirmation. Oh, we're working on the opening affirmation. We'll give him just a moment here. And if we don't get it, then I may just say it for us, and you can repeat it back to me if we don't get it up. Marvin, are you able? There we go. We're almost there. We're 2 clicks away. We've just got to say got it to that recording. Click. There we go. All right. Let's say this together. We are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. And then if you want to turn to someone next to you, I honor the path that brought you here this morning. And as you came in this morning, you may have noticed one of these membership forms. So if you didn't get one when you came in, please go ahead and grab one on your way out. This is to renew our membership forms for 2023. And if we want to go ahead and skip to the next slide, this is our schedule for the week. Just want to remind you, if you're like, wait, what did they say and what time did that start? All of the details, all of the registration links, whether they're in person, whether they're on Zoom, everything you need is going to be found online. So you'll find all of these. First up, we want to remind everyone about the Aloha Music Concert. You may have noticed we have a special guest here today. We're going to have a potluck gathering at 12:30 that will be followed by that music concert. And then later this week, obviously on Thursday, we'll have a Thanksgiving get-together, and that will be from noon to 4 here at the center. Yeah. Oh. Marvin's got to catch up with me. I'm going too fast.
There we go.
And one more. There's the Aloha Music. That's this afternoon. And one more, Marvin. One more. There we are. This beautiful slide here for having Thanksgiving here at the center if you want to join us for that. It's looking like, if you look at the list, we've got some good stuff going on. I think we're going to have a really great Thanksgiving feast. All right, and then next week, that's me. Next week, I get to have the honor of being our guest speaker, so please come and support me as I do that. Also, we have coming up the Holiday Gift Exchange, and this is going to be Saturday, December 3rd from noon to 4. And Scott, you wanted to say a few words about that?
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are doing the free holiday decoration exchange. It is the second annual that occurs twice in 4 years because we had COVID that kicked in. Please, if you'd like to be involved, we would love to have you. I have printed up, the way it works is we ask people to take whatever they need, bring whatever they can. Decorations for all faiths that are usable, that are clean, that are working will be brought here. We will have everything set up by Saturday at noon. People will come in from all over the community who need decorations. They will take what they need. It's just a really lovely feeling. If you are looking for that spirit, that holiday feeling, do this. We don't make money off of it. It's just helping the community. We have people who will be staffing. We could use more. What we really need are people helping to get the room organized. That will be Friday prior from noon to 4. Susan is delivering, wherever Susan is, there she is, delivering a whole bunch of decorations from our beloved Pamela, who is no longer with us, who had lots and lots of decorations. She will be here Thursday. If somebody can help her unload, that would be great, although she said she'll do it on her own. The biggest thing we need right now is if you know any nonprofits that would like to take what is left over after the exchange is done at 4 o'clock, and they can take them to their store, their location, sell them, give them away, whatever they want to do. That's the biggest thing we need. Like to put the word out if you know of any nonprofits, and we would like to get some publicity. So I've printed up about a dozen flyers. We'll get more going. But if you know a place where they could put this in the window, if there's a place where you think it would be helpful, please take a flyer. We are getting a lot of publicity. We've been in the Times Standard, the Mad River Union, KRCR, going to be on Bicoastal if we aren't already, Lost Coast Broadcasting. We're in the showdown on the north at the Lost Coast Outpost. But we are looking for help. It's a great event. Please see me. I will be over there by the table if anybody wants to help. Thank you, Karen.
Great. All right. And then we also want to mention that we will have Art with Louise. That'll be Saturday on Zoom from 10 to noon. And you can. You're not going to do it again this week? You won't. You won't do it again this Saturday, though? No? Okay, so we're skipping this Saturday, but here's a little show and tell of what we did last week then. Perfect. These are beautiful. A little bit, yeah. Also wanted to mention that the bookstore, as always, all books are 20% off. They make really great gifts, you guys, so please go ahead and look at those. They're 20% off except for otherwise marked. And then the little pantry, we're just so grateful for all of the food that you continue to donate. The supply cabinet, you may have noticed, is now in the social hall and always needs filling up as things go really quickly, especially this time of year. So thank you for continuing to think of the little pantry when you do your grocery shopping. Our theme for this month continues to be home, so we are Living Everyday Wonder Home Edition. And we have a very special presentation, and I'm going to invite Rick and Angelica.
So as you know, where's Rick? As you know, we have, every month we've been starting a new thing this year. We give out the Volunteer of the Month Award. Well, it's still November and we did it already. We have our Volunteer for the Month, and you can see that, Volunteer Member of the Month. No, the Member of the Month, you're right. Anyway, normally during this Sunday, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, we honor our Volunteer of the Year. So I would like Marvin to come up here. You have to come up here. Leave the camera the way it is now and come up here. So first of all, you can see his name is now the second one on this new plaque that stays up in the social hall, and we have a gift for you.
Oh, thank you.
Look at it now.
Oh, good. Nice.
Bubble wrap, yay! Open it up. Just unroll.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. It says, with my name on it, and
Very great. We picked Marvin because as soon as we started meeting back in the center again after the pandemic, we met and then we had to go out again and then we met, he brought in all of his equipment. He started making it so we could have a hybrid service, Zoom and here in person. He's done all of this stuff all on his own, now has help, this is all his equipment. It's just been such a gift to us for being able to have the people who can't come and the people that are in other states, etc., that are now joining us are able to still enjoy us because of you.
Okay, well, I just want to say I want to thank each one of you because each one of you inspires me. You know, you're gonna meet people and you're gonna be in places that nobody could ever be, that I won't be able to reach. And by doing this, we amplify the good things that this center has to offer. And you know, not only that, for those people who are stuck at home, it's not just in Eureka. It's Humboldt County and beyond, not just California, but in other states and even beyond overseas. So, you know, put up the good work and you know, support each other and love each other. And always see the brightness and even in the darkest days.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to be putting this up.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is your personal copy. You can look at that while I'm explaining this.
Thank you.
This will go on the wall with our members of the month. Volunteer of the year 2022, Marvin Timble. Week after week, Marvin shows up faithfully to set up his audio and video gear.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
To capture our Sunday services for Zoom and our YouTube website. Thank you, Marvin. And that's a lot of gear. And he sets it up and tears it down every week. Yeah. So this will go on the wall.
Thank you so much.
Now he can go back to work.
All right. And now we're going to move into our contemplative meditation. I swear we're going to get quiet for this one. Contemplative meditation with Claudia and Jackson.
As long as I make the step, I can stand. As soon as I found out that this month the topic for today was homecoming, what I remembered is a book that I liked a lot, and I really liked the title. It's called Homesick for Heaven by Walter Starkey. And so I thought I'd read a selection from that today. And then we'll meditate for a moment, and Jackson will take us into the service. When Jesus talked about this world, which is the misinterpretation caused by personal sense, by material sense, it's like wearing a pair of cracked eyeglasses. The world isn't actually cracked, but when you observe the world through the cracked lenses, everything seems to have a crack in it. When you personalize anyone or anything, you are distorting the picture just as though you were wearing cracked lenses. If your mind tricks you into trying to glue up all the cracks, you are psychologically mesmerized. But if you take the glasses off and get rid of the personal sense, you see perfection. You see that heaven is here and you don't have to wait. all come here to express our connection with each other, to take what we each need personally and share what else there is to give. The expression of each person is like showing the light of your soul into the window. And there are plenty of window space. There's plenty of window space here that we can fill with light. Light and love and peace and learning. Knowing that the best that we need from today will be shown clearly and easily. And so it is.
How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
I feel like I want to say again, welcome. Is someone introducing our speaker?
I'm going to introduce somebody,
You're going to do it, okay.
but I'm the speaker.
Okay, here comes the speaker.
See if you can stop me from speaking. So, instead of going right into my talk this morning, I've decided to take advantage of my dear friend, Wayne Kealohi Powell. He is a published author, has 3 new books coming out pretty soon, is a fabulous musician. He has many CDs you'll be able to see after the service on the table. He is a temple massage, Lomi temple massage person that every time I've ever had one, oh my God, it's so healing. I could hardly believe it. There are so many good things about this man. I've known him since Hawaii days, so I'm going to ask him to play a piece of music before the talk as well as after the talk. So let's welcome Wayne Kealohi Powell.
to make mixes without the lead vocal track, so I can sing them in concert with the band without having to drag around 7 musicians, right? So the last couple of concerts I've done, it's been very difficult for them to run the band from over here, because it's on my phone, which is here. so at the last minute I thought, let's give it a sauce. All right, here we go. Just to be, oh, just to be. I'm coming home to where no mind can see, just feeling all my feelings, and through the pain of how things look and feel, I let it all go. Just to be, oh, just to be, yeah, the dancing one, just to be, oh, just to be. When my life falls apart, emotions tear at me. When I'm lost in the dark, I'm on my way to being free. When your life falls apart, emotions will tear at you. When you're lost in the dark, you're on your way to living what's new. We're going home, just 'cause we know it's true. Right through the heart of intimacy. Hear the voice deep in you from a quiet heart. There's really nothing to do, just to be. Oh, just to be. Yeah. Just to be. Just to be. Feel bad? Come on. Just to be. Yeah. Just to be. Why are we here? save you the plane fare, it would be like a trip to Hawaii.
Thank you, Wayne. So the people that just mentioned those two things to you, they're part of our music team, so they know what they're talking about, definitely.
Thank you.
So, welcome home. I've seen some people that we haven't seen in a little while, and it's just really exciting to be standing here. Look at all these beautiful lights out here. Just amazing. You know, one of the things that I've thought about in this idea of welcome home is that when people come into this center for the first time, not just this center, but Centers for Spiritual Living. I mean, when I walked into the Glendale Church of Religious Science, which was Glendale, Southern California, the first one I ever went to, I sat there during the whole thing, absolutely mesmerized. They had a guest minister that Sunday, and he talked about manifestation, and it was a wonderful talk. And I felt like I was home. I was already in this belief system without knowing that this belief system had a name. And I sat there with tears coming down my face because it touched me so much. And I know that that's what happens to a lot of people, is that they feel like they're home. Now, I want us to keep up that feeling of being home. So, you know, as the minister, the visionary keeper, the vision keeper, etc., I have to keep everybody on their toes. Somebody told me they were going to get me a t-shirt that says, "World's Best Cat Herder." And I noticed that this morning when Karen was trying to start the service, you guys just kept talking and talking, you know, and it's like going to a family party, isn't it? You know, everybody's so excited to see each other, and they're happy about it. So one of the things I know that we get from this homecoming feeling is we have a realization that everything that we need for this evolutionary journey that we're all on, we already have within us. We don't know it yet. I mean, I know that for myself, there's still points of time when I forget who I am. And I think something else, you know, and I forget that everything I need for my life's journey is in here. Everything I need for my life's journey is in here. Everything that all of us need for our life's journey is already on this planet. And I know this because I remember that all there is the divine, or God, or first cause, or whatever you choose to call it. All there is that, and it's absolutely everywhere. There is no spot where God is not. And God is home. You know, in the Global Vision notes for this month, one of the things they have is an acronym, and you all know how I love acronyms. I used one last week. And they say, home becomes the place where healing opportunities manifest everywhere. Isn't that good? Healing opportunities manifest everywhere. And you know, when I first thought about that and the connection that we're doing a little bit this month with the hero-heroine's journey, I thought, well, my journey here didn't really feel like healing opportunities manifest everywhere when I was a child. But I know that because of my childhood experience, you know, you guys need to get that chat off of there.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, working on it. There you
Because of my early experiences, I was always searching for home, even though I, you know, of course had one, and I had a family, and, you know, I had a couple families actually, because I was born to one and adopted by another. But that idea, if I had had that idea then, that home is where healing opportunities manifest everywhere, then it might have been different. But because of what I experienced, because of what you've experienced up until this moment in time, you are who you are. I am who I am because of my upbringing. You are who you are because of your upbringing. And the funny thing is that upbringing never ends. We keep learning all our lives. I keep thinking, oh yeah, I had this idea earlier in my spiritual adventure that it was like stairs. And you climb up these stairs and you get to a level and yay, I'm spiritual. And something shifts and you go, oh shit, where am I? You know? And then, okay, I'll keep working on myself. I'm up those stairs again. Here's a new level. Hey, I'm awake. I'm enlightened. And the universe goes, oh, really? Let me show you. And it seems like that all of our life. But we do get to the point where we get to those plateaus and we really enjoy them. But then something comes along, and it doesn't have to be something painful. It could be a phrase that you hear in a conversation that suddenly makes you go, wait a minute, that's something I have to think about. And so you start doing your studying and your praying and your meditating, etc., climbing those stairs until you get to the next level. And what I realized was that the levels never end. You're going to be going toward another level all of your life. I had an experience, there was a wonderful man on Oahu named Arthur Pacheco, who was a medium. And he would go around the islands and do readings for people. And I used to go and get a birthday reading every year. And one year, we're sitting in this room in this bookstore, and he's about ready to do my reading, and so I'm sitting there with my eyes closed, ready to experience it. And he says, oh, Helen is here. Now, those of you who have been here a while know that Reverend Helen Street was my teacher, the one that really inspired me to be who I am. And I said to him, what? And he goes, well, Helen is here. And at that point, it was raining and flooding and everything in Louisiana. This was a long time ago, though. And he said that she was dressed in a yellow slicker and hat, and she was helping people move through their experiences that they were having in that terrible flooding experience. And I said, oh, the funny thing was that he did not know that she had died 2 weeks before. And so it surprised him. So I told him, I said, oh, you mean even after you die, you got to work? And he said, so he said, what do you want to ask her? So I asked her that. You know, well, I also asked her, have you met Ernest Holmes yet? And she said yes. She had a wonderful conversation with him, and at the end of the conversation, he goes, okay, good to meet you, and disappeared. And what I got from her in my conversation with her through Arthur, was that even after this physical experience, we are going to still be alive. We are still going to be experiencing something. There isn't a time when you die and you're just gone. Your consciousness continues on, and it keeps working on going to a higher level. Not soon after that conversation with Helen through Arthur, I went to visit a friend of mine who was a Buddhist priest. And he lived on our island, and he was always talking about death being called the Pure Land. And so when we're taking a walk, he lived near this beautiful park, and we're taking a walk, and I said to him, I was telling him about this experience I had had with Arthur, and he said, well, that's what we believe, is that you keep learning until you reach the Pure Land, and then you have the choice to become a bodhisattva and help people that are still in the physical form. And I thought, wow. Now, what does this have to do with homecoming? Homecoming to me is getting in touch with your spirit and realizing that's where your home really is, and it always will be. So home, this embodying a consciousness of home and realizing that we're always going to be going through stuff and realizing that we're always going to be learning, then home becomes that place where healing opportunities manifest everywhere. So everything is part of this hero-heroine's journey. And it's necessary for the transformation that we will continually be making. I mean, physically, we transform from being tiny little babies to this. And this isn't done yet either. I mean, I'm looking in the mirror going, where did that gray hair come from? Where did this gray hair come from? How come my joints are hurting? You know, and somebody said, oh, well, it's because you're getting older. Well, I don't want to buy into that belief. You know, I want to buy into the belief that I'm going to be like Ruth. Only Ruth's not here today. She had something. But Ruth at 86 or 87 is still kayaking every Wednesday. I mean, just full of energy and life. So one of the things that keeps us from being able to experience this idea of home is fear. So as I get up in the morning going, oh my God, my back, there's a fear in me that I recognized a couple days ago that is saying, what if I'm like this for the rest of my life? You know, I'm going to Kathy's yoga class now because I suddenly realized that I'm slump-shouldered after being on the computer for so much. And what if I get that dowager's hump? I mean, it's all about faith and a little bit of vanity. So Dr. Holmes says in this thing called life, no fear can remain where faith holds sway. Faith reunites us with the original creative spirit, the divine mind, which already exists at the center of our being. And this is what we do here, is we teach each other how to have faith. How to have faith in a power for good that is greater than we could possibly ever imagine. How to have faith that we can use this power for good for anything. Absolutely anything. Do you know when this faith tradition started, which was originally called religious science, it was not about church, it was about education. And it was considered a teaching, healing ministry. Teaching and healing. And I think that we've forgotten that aspect of healing. And when I was reminded of this by watching a video from the INTA conference by the CEO of Unity, I thought, oh my God, we have forgotten that what we're about is learning and healing continually. The practitioners get trained for many years to learn how to speak their word for other people and in that affect their healing. But you know, I realize it takes two people. It takes both the practitioner and the one that's asked for treatment to have that healing. It takes faith. And another word for faith for me is trust. Comes to my mind right now that there's the story in Scripture about the woman, I don't know where Jesus was or what he was doing, but he's walking down the street surrounded by people who are really happy to see him because he's got this reputation now. And this woman who's been having an issue of blood kind of thing, some disease, for a long time, suddenly realizes if she can just touch his garment, she will be healed. And she does. And he feels the power move from him. And he turns around, and I don't remember what he says. I didn't read the story in order to do this talk. It just came to me. But he turns around, and I'm sure that what he did was say something to the effect of, "Your faith has made you whole." Our faith. So I have to ask myself then, what am I not having faith in? I'm having faith that as I get older and older, my body's going to collapse on me. Is that what I want to have faith in? No. I want to have faith in knowing that all the way to the end, my body is strong and healthy and supports me in living in this dimension. And living in this dimension with joy, with happiness, with love. And one of the ways I know how to get there is to be grateful. And here we are in this season of gratitude. Sarah Ban Brannock, who wrote that wonderful book for women many, many years ago that I just love, said, "Be grateful for the home you have, knowing that at this moment, all you have is all you need." So when we think about our spiritual community, be grateful for the spiritual home because everything we need is right here. When we think about our physical homes, our personal homes, be grateful for that because everything you need is right there. When you think about this home, this physical body, be grateful for that because everything you need is right there. And because it is this season of gratitude, I thought I would look at gratitude in some of the other religions. So essentially, all world religions, all faith traditions, and spiritual paths include gratitude as a cornerstone of their practice. And yes, you could even be grateful for the crappy things that happen to you, because you learn something out of them. So Buddhism says gratitude is one of the 8 pillars of joy. Isn't that wonderful? One of the 8 pillars of joy. The Dalai Lama said the roots of goodness lie in the soil of appreciation. In Judaism, gratitude is the foundation of Judaism. Creativity, heartfulness, courage, joy, forgiveness, all anchored by gratitude. Anchored. I like that thought. Anchored by gratitude. The more grateful I am for my life, for the people in my life, for the places in my life, for the things in my life, the more anchored I am, the more I will feel truly in my spiritual home. In Christianity, the Apostle Paul said, "Rejoice always, give thanks in all things." And our choir sang a song about that Wednesday night. And I must apologize, choir, for not being there. I totally spaced. I don't even have a good excuse. I made dinner, I sat down, turned on The Crown on Netflix, and that was that. But I know you did good, and I've always supported you in the past, and I will support you in the future as well. In our tradition, Ernest Holmes said, "There is something in Thanksgiving that carries us beyond the field of doubt into one of faith and acceptance. Gratitude is the power which attracts and magnifies the potential of life." Attracts and magnifies your potential. Isn't that an awesome statement to know? To be grateful is the cornerstone of so many faith traditions. And so I really want us, not just on Thanksgiving Day, but for the rest of our life, let every day be Thanksgiving. And look for the things to be thankful for. Be Pollyannas. And I'm going to close with this statement that's from Richer Living by Ernest Holmes. Every heart responds to the warmth of love. Every mind yearns for its embrace, and no life is complete without it. Love really is the fulfillment of the law of good. Love alone can heal the world and cause people to live together in unity and peace. And so let's be grateful for love. That's who you are. That's who everyone is, regardless of what they look like or what they act like. In truth, they are love, because that's what God is. So let me have the affirmation for today. And let's say this affirmation together. I am whole, perfect, complete, and worthy of every good thing. I love myself just how I am, and I treat myself and others with compassion and grace. And so let's go into prayer. Before I start, I'm going to say, I'm grateful for this podium. I can lean on it, and I don't have to worry about it moving too far away. It's much stronger than the music stand. How grateful I am for recognizing that here we are in our spiritual community, our spiritual home. Here we are, recognizing that all there is the divine. And we remember the phrases by Ernest Holmes that say, there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. And that life is the life I am living right now. And if my mind wants to jump up with some, oh, wait a minute, that's not true, I let that go. I'm grateful for the observations that my mind has, but it's not always for my highest good. And so I celebrate Spirit, God, divine energy. I celebrate it with every fiber of my being. And as I celebrate it, I realize that I am at home in God. The person that is speaking and thinking and doing all this is an individualized expression of this one, the one divine energy. And so I rejoice in this. And I allow myself to be grateful for absolutely everything in my life. I let myself focus on gratitude this week as we move into this season of gratitude. And as I do so, I see the whole universe responding by saying, oh, you're grateful for that, let me give you some more. And I open my arms and my mind and my heart and my whole being to accept. Because what I'm accepting is divine energy made manifest. So with a grateful heart, I know for each one of us this week that we have an experience that proves to us how powerful a tool gratitude is, how powerful our faith is, how powerful the idea of being at home no matter where we are, because we carry it with us. We are it. How powerful all these ideas are. And so we embody them, and we look forward with eager anticipation to how they manifest in our lives. We celebrate Spirit. We know it's all God. It's all good. And so it is. And so let's welcome our musicians for this morning, our wonderful guest musician, Wayne. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it for the Rev. That was amazing. That was such a good talk. It made me want to move here. Whoa. And the song I'm going to play for you, it's so apropos. And we keep doing this. It's just great. It's called The Messenger's Prayer. I write in 4 different genres. Jazz, rock, Hawaiian, and folk. And this song, The Messenger's Prayer, it's a dedication to everything that Angelica said. It's a journey from the heart to the one, and a devotion to surrender to having light and love run your life. The Messenger's Prayer. The chorus is, I am filled with courage to share our love. You're singing to your higher self. I am filled with courage to share our love. My life is yours. Open my heart and show me the way through the truth and the light. So if you want to grab that chorus, there it is. I saw that on YouTube the other day from Saturday Night Live about 20 years ago. It's so funny. Is that better? Yeah? Jesus helped me write this song, by the way. I've never written a love song to my higher self. It was always to the one coming and going that sleeps next to me. So I said, I don't know what to do with this. And I heard Jesus in the corner of the room go, I love you. Ordain me, speak your words. Teach me to heal. Anoint me to sing your praise. Filling me with light. Hold me in your loving arms. One with the sun. Take away all thoughts of separateness. Showing me all as one. I am filled with courage to share our love. My love is yours. Open my heart and show me the way. Through the truth and the light, truth and the light. Quiet me to hear your voice. I feel angels all around.
remember that you get to hear some more at his concert this afternoon. Now is the time for our offering, I believe. So think about the offering that you would like to be giving. Let's say this blessing together. I greatly from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses the center, all in it and beyond, and so it is. They've been given with generous hearts. We know they are received with generous hearts. What we also know is this is a symbol of divine energy in action in all of our lives. And we're participating in this great green river of circulation with a sense of joy and a sense of wonder and a sense of awe. And we give thanks for it, and so it is. Who would like to read our...
Do you want to tell them something about membership forms?
Oh, you do have most of you have received a membership form, and if you haven't received one, you could get one on the way out there at the table here. We do invite people to re-up their membership every year. I've been in centers before, or gone into centers before, where we still had people in the membership rolls that, hadn't been there in years. So I like to keep us current. And it is not about so much a commitment to the spiritual center, though it is. It's a commitment to your spiritual life. So we invite you to be a member. And you'll also notice that there's a page in there for if you know what you're going to be giving this year. That helps our center council make decisions about what we're going to do, like build platforms and change things around. So thank you very much. So who would like to come up and read our statement of inclusion? Les, go for it. Can you read it from there?
Yes. We, the Eureka and Ukiah Centers for Spiritual Living, are communities that celebrate diversity, foster inclusion, champion inner work. Beg pardon, I'd like to see it. And create space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are communities that honor the unique emanation of God that each person embodies and advocate with people for human rights and dignity for all. We are communities that bless each other, see sacredness in all life, Remain learners and listeners so we may grow together. We understand that oneness is not sameness.
And there's one more line that you can't read.
Which I can't see. Can you bring it up a little bit or shrink it? Thank you. We know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well. And you guys that are the techies, I am so not a techie that just that you do this at all is so wonderful.
And I want to mention for the people on Zoom that a lot of things have changed in our sanctuary. We've moved ourselves, 90 degrees. We used to be over there, and now we're here, and we're, I can't believe how fast we had an idea, and boy, it's manifesting really well. It's just amazing.
Sounds better too.
It sounds better, yeah. And the light is supposedly better. And I know the next thing here is we're going to try to find a carpet that looks like the carpet that goes along the edges to cover this with. And that'll help so that you don't hear footsteps on the...
Make it teal or something.
Who knows? We'll find the right and perfect piece of carpeting. Purple. That's my favorite color. Well, teal is one of my favorites too. But anyway, so Marvin this is his first time being in the back of the room instead of in the front. And we're developing how to work the projector, the digital projector, with the laptop, and which is over here, because we didn't want to have a cord going across the floor. All the cords, by the way, now come up through a little hole here, and you're not having to trip over any of them or step carefully. So let's give a hand to all the people who are doing this work. The other thing is that I realize I haven't said anything to the people on Zoom. So welcome home, people on Zoom. Thank you for being with us this morning. This is a wonderful thing, a wonderful thing. So let's stand and sing our peace song. And remember that we're doing it, think of it as a prayer in the first person.